Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Simplykrystelle. So today's video is going to be a collab video with I Am Kaia, and I'm going to be sharing with you guys my top 5 drugstore foundations for black women of color, and I'm going to be sharing with you guys the top 5 foundations that I recommend for darker skinned women. Now, she did on her channel the high-end version of her top 5 high-end foundations, so after you're done with this video you can go and check out her video. I'm gonna leave it in the description box down below for you guys. And I really like I Am Kaia. She's so sweet and she's always like supporting me, and she's a very cool person. So if you haven't checked out her channel, make sure to check out her channel. So let's just get on to my top 5 foundations. So before I get started with the video, I just want to talk about how in a drugstore it is so hard to find affordable foundations for like my skin tone and darker, because like when I go to Walgreens, Target, Walmart, like it usually stops at tan. Like after tan there is no darker foundations. It's not acceptable at all. Like I feel like the drugstore by now, like they should know that it's not just white skin or tan skin that's shopping for foundation. Okay, so that's not what this video is about. This video is all about my top 5 drugstore foundations for dark skinned women. First pick that I have at the drugstore I really like is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation, and I like the dewy version. So Wet n Wild has this version in matte, but I really prefer this dewy version over the matte one, just because I really like the finish of this. This is more like skin light, more like natural like finish, and I just feel like it gives my skin like a natural glow, and I really love this. Now with this foundation I do have to mix it. So I have the shade Golden Almond and Cocoa, because my perfect shade is not in this. I have to mix, and this happens a lot with drugstore foundations. I find that when you're darker skinned in the drugstore, like you're not gonna find like your perfect undertone, so a lot of mixing has to happen. So I do have to mix these 2 shades, but I really love the formula on this foundation. It is an amazing foundation. It just gives your skin like a nice glowy and dewy finish without making you look over greasy, because I have combination skin and I feel like this foundation doesn't make me look super greasy or oily, and I really love this foundation a lot. So next foundation that I really like from the drugstore is by CoverGirl. This is the CoverGirl True Blend Matte Made Foundation, and I got this about 2 years ago, so I've had this for a while, but I really like this foundation. This foundation gives amazing coverage, and it does have a range of shades, so that's one thing I really like about this foundation. I really like the coverage, and it has a lot of shades, which is important for us because we have to find, you know, our shades in foundation. Like I'm not going to recommend foundation that only has like 10 shades, you know, but this foundation is really amazing, and it has a really superb formula. It's a really good foundation, and I really love this one. CoverGirl recently became cruelty free, for those of you who don't know, but I really love this foundation. It's such an amazing formula, and it is matte, but it's not like super matte where you look like cakey. So I really love this, and I absolutely love this for the shade range that they have in this formula. Now the next one that I absolutely love a lot is this one by Milani. This is the Milani Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 foundation and concealer. I have mine in the shade Chestnut, but this goes up to, after my shade, I think they have like 3 or 4 or 5 more shades in this foundation, and I really love that. And this foundation is one of my favorite foundations, drugstore high-end. The only thing I would say about this foundation is I noticed that it's been running lately a little bit more red than usual, because Chestnut is the shade that I've been using for years in this foundation. So I don't know if maybe I have to go to a different shade, or maybe the undertone is just not right anymore, but this is an amazing foundation. It is really good. Like it really does full coverage foundation. It's a full coverage foundation. It is 100% full coverage, and if you have like imperfections on your skin, if you have like dark spots and stuff, this will really cover it up. Coverage is amazing, and the shades are really amazing. The shade range is really good. I mean, I think they can definitely go darker. I think there's always room for improvement in these companies, but I really think that this has one of the best ranges that I've seen at the drugstore. So, and at the drugstore there's not much range, so you know, this has one of the best ranges that I've seen. The Milani one, it's amazing. I love this one. Now the next one is affordable, but you can't find it at the drugstore. And this is the Colourpop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Hydrating Foundation. I absolutely love this foundation a lot. I like this more than the No Filter foundation. So No Filter foundation is more of a full coverage. It's more of like a demi matte finish as opposed to this, which is more of a natural finish. This is the foundation I'm actually wearing today, and I feel like you can still see some of like that glow in my skin. Like my skin just looks like naturally glowing. So I feel like this foundation is more like a hydrating natural finish, a little dewier foundation. Like it's not gonna be like super full coverage like the No Filter foundation. So I really love this foundation. Now if you're someone who is looking for like a lightweight foundation to wear every single day, and you don't want to like look super cakey or look like full coverage every day, I would definitely recommend this foundation as like an everyday foundation. You can literally get away with doing like maybe a pump or half a pump. You can definitely get away with wearing this as like a tinted moisturizer if you just put less foundation on your face. But I really like this foundation, and this has a lot of shades, and I believe this is I think this is $16 or $14, one of those two, but they have a lot of shades, and it goes super dark and it goes super light. So I really love how this has a range of shades. It has a range of undertones. I wear the shade 175W. I used to be 185W, but I felt like that one was way too red. It was running really red on my skin, so I went down to 175W, and that's the shade I'm wearing today. And it, as you can see, it matches me perfectly, and I really like this foundation. I love just the dewiness of it, and I love how this has so many shades. Now you can find Colourpop online on the website, or you could buy it from Ulta. I bought mine from Ulta.com. Some Ultas, they have it in the store. So if you go in Ulta, you might be able to find this in the store. But I know if everything going on, some people don't, you know, feel like going out. So definitely check them out online, and it's a really good foundation. Like I really love this foundation a lot, more than the No Filter one. The last foundation that I wanted to talk with you guys about, I don't have it physically with me because I can't find mine, but it is the Maybelline foundation. It's the Maybelline Fit Me foundation. That is like a staple in everybody's collection. I feel like everybody has talked about this foundation a million times, so I don't even have to like tell you guys about this foundation. Like everybody loves this foundation. Now Maybelline is one of those brands that I feel like has gotten better over the years, because back then, I remember like 2015 when the Fit Me line was coming out and really getting popular. 355 Coconut was the darkest shade, and that is my shade. So over the years, they expanded their shades. Now the darkest shade is actually 380 Espresso. So they went from 355 at the time I was Coconut, 355 Coconut, and now they go all the way up to 368. So they've made improvements, because back then it was it. 355 was the darkest shade. So I'm really proud that Maybelline realized that they were lacking in the shade ranges, because I feel like a lot of time with drugstore brands, like I don't know if it's like their mentality or someone in the corporate that's telling them like that they should only have like 2 or 3 darker shades, but no, like that's not okay. So I really love the Maybelline foundation. It is an amazing formula. It really is like that matte, and it covers your pores, and it's a matte that I can handle, because over the years I don't really like matte foundations anymore, but this matte I can handle because it's like still like a natural matte finish, if that makes any sense what I'm saying. But I really love the Maybelline one. That one is amazing, and the shade range is awesome. Now be careful, because you might have to mix, especially if you're like a golden, more yellow undertone. I feel like sometimes they get it wrong. They think like warm undertone is like red, and that's not the case. So just be careful with that, because you might have to mix 2 shades. That's what I have to do for a lot of my foundations, especially my drugstore foundations. I always end up having to mix them to get that perfect undertone. So if you're looking for a good foundation at the drugstore, you might have to mix. So I know it's like a downside, but you might really have to mix them. But I really love that Maybelline one. It is amazing, and it's a beautiful finish, and they have a lot of shades. So if you're in the market for a good foundation at the drugstore, these are my top 5 foundations. There's probably like plenty more that I need to, you know, find out and stuff, but I just wanted to share with you guys my top 5 at the moment. And again, if you are in the market for some high-end foundations, go and check out I Am Kaia's video. She is going to have an amazing video for you guys of her top 5 high-end foundations. So when you're done here, make sure you go check out her video. So I just want to say thank you so much for watching this video. This is it for my top 5 drugstore foundations for dark-skinned women. And if you guys want to see more videos like this, please let me know. I actually was thinking of doing like a fall lip swatch video. I don't know if you guys want to see that. Please let me know in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you have not, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.